Hello everybody and welcome to WhatCulture Wrestling. My name is Adam Nicholas.
And I'm Phil.
And we are here with your news today and we have got a bunch of lovely stories for you. What have we got, Phil?
Well, it's got everything you need to know about the WWE draft last night.
And including how WWE managed to spoil their own draft, incredibly.
Amazingly so. An injury update on Sasha Banks.
All of the news you need to know regarding the press conference in Las Vegas for Crown Jewel.
And a big stipulation added to an AEW match for next week.
But first, we have the very sad and depressing news for certain people, particularly this little person. Yes, that's right. Bayley has turned heel, as you can see.
Pretty much sums it up.
This is how a lot of people were probably feeling after that, including a lot of people in the audience, I would imagine. She has turned heel. She's got a whole new look. She's got a cool bob. It's dark hair. It's all very dark. But we do have to say, well, take a little moment, I think, for the wacky waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube men. Yes, nailed it.
You have no idea how many times he's practiced.
Really practice it. But let's just take a moment. R.I.P. to those guys, because what a really horribly strong way to do this. Bayley basically comes out and axes them all to death, but it wasn't for an outfield Chambers because it all pays off because Bayley's heel turn sees her defeat Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she managed to do it with a good hand from her friend, Mr. Paul Smackage. Quick roll up on I was going to call her Bayley there, on Charlotte, and she gets her title back before telling all of the crowd after the match, screw you guys. Basically, don't need any of you. That's lovely stuff, eh?
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Boom. Happy days. Phil, what are you thinking about
good stuff.
heel Bayley?
She literally murdered the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
A literal, we were saying as well, weren't we? It's just, can you imagine how painful that was for her at the same time?
I know, yeah.
She's putting on this heel persona, but actually really
hurt a little bit inside.
A small tear running down her face as she axed them all down.
She had a big long stick, like a mop handle or something, that just had like two knives
pointed
to the end.
It was as brutal as that.
Hacked them down. It was horrible. And then they just died one by one.
Slowly but surely losing the air from them. But this is good stuff, good stuff. Bayley's turned heel, and I'm very intrigued to see how it goes. And I think the new look is spot on as well. I really think it works.
It's been a nice sort of slow burn into this heel turn, and now it's just gone full into it, and I'm very interested to see where it goes.
I was enjoying the kind of, I'm a heel, but I don't know I'm a heel. But now it's like, well, I'm a heel, so here we go. So let's hope, fingers crossed, they don't mess that one up. But she's the champion, so that's a good start.
Yep. So also on last night, we had the WWE draft, amazingly. And
the WWE draft.
Have lost my notes.
This is a warned them at the start of this because this happens to me far too frequently.
Have I just deleted my notes by accident?
One eternity later.
WWE draft!
Hey, there we go.
So I've got all of
Saturdays, Phil.
It's going well. So all of the draft picks and who is a free agent. So I'm just going to run down round by round and I'll let you say what you think about them all. So in round one of the draft, Raw picked first Becky Lynch, then SmackDown Roman Reigns, then Raw picked the OC, SmackDown picked The Fiend Bray Wyatt, just pick The Fiend or Bray Wyatt,
it.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then Raw picked Drew McIntyre.
Interesting.
Very high pick for Drew McIntyre.
I think so having looked at these already, there's a lot of them, maybe they're not like going to set the world alight, but it is interesting to see where they're going to lead off and where they're going to end up placing a bunch of people.
Yeah, so in round two, we've got Randy Orton for Raw, Sasha Banks for SmackDown, Ricochet for Raw, Braun Strowman for SmackDown, and Bobby Lashley for Raw.
Is Lana with Bobby Lashley?
Well, we'll soon find out.
This is a question. Oh, I'm intrigued.
Round three, Alexa Bliss for Raw, Lacey Evans for SmackDown, Raw is Kevin Owens, the Revival go to SmackDown, and then Natalya goes to Raw. And then round four, Raw have the Viking Raiders, SmackDown have the Lucha House Party, Raw have Nikki Cross, so she's moved with Alexa Bliss.
I was going to say, thank God, thank God.
SmackDown have Heavy Machinery and Raw have the Street Profits.
Wouldn't that just be a WWE thing to be like, here's a funny gimmick.
Yeah.
What if the two women's Smack Tag Champions are on different shows? Eh?
So I don't know why they didn't book them, like just draft them together as well.
Yeah, because they made such a big deal.
Yeah. They were there together. So.
And they made such a big deal about how tag teams came as a one or groups or stables.
So basically, Raw, you've just completely wasted a draft pick there because you could have had them both in one.
Maybe they just ran out of picks and wanted to make it look like we had
They definitely didn't run out of picks because there's definitely some more people.
Way too
many.
many.
Out of that, there's no huge surprises.
No, I don't think so.
I think SmackDown just want the Fiend because it's the hottest thing in wrestling.
I think we'd seen a lot about that, didn't we? How Fox were interested in keeping the Fiend, so that's no big surprises there.
Other big moves, I guess. Sasha Banks to SmackDown.
Sasha's the one for me out of all them that I noted, which I think is like the most notable move, because I think a lot of the guys there were secretly technically on that show already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know I got a bit confused with the wildcard rule, but a lot of them seem like they haven't moved very far.
Yeah, and then I guess Kevin Owens to Raw.
Yeah.
Is the other big move.
This is the one. Gets Shane fired from SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then leaves SmackDown to go to Raw. Doesn't even get to enjoy the fruits of his labour on SmackDown. What? Okay.
Also picked after Lacey Evans, so that's...
Wow, Kevin Friend, you deserve better. Not Kevin Friend, Kevin Owens deserves better, but not you, Kevin Friend.
All of that leaves some free agents out and about, which by the rules they get to choose. Which one
at the end if they haven't been picked by the Raw or SmackDown drafts.
Yeah. So the free agents from the first list are Akira Tozawa, Cesaro, which is quite a big omission.
That is a huge one, yeah.
Chad Gable, Shorty Gable, as they were pushing insanely hard on SmackDown last night. Stop that now.
It's the worst, it's the actual worst.
Drew Gulak, EC3, Eric Young, Heath Slater, Humberto Carrillo, Sin Cara, Tamina, obviously, and the B team.
But nobody is meaner, Phil.
Nobody is meaner than Tamina.
You know, Phil, it's funny this, because that all sounds very familiar to me, that.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's almost like WWE have given me some sort of prelude to this. Yes, that's exactly what's happened, because as we discovered yesterday, and the internet went absolutely abuzz for this, as they were doing the draft yesterday, the order was starting to sound very familiar, and that is because on WWE's website yesterday, they posted a list of all the potential draft picks for the SmackDown list and the ones for Raw. And then on SmackDown, proceeded to read them out, Stephanie McMahon announcing them in the exact order that was listed on the website, including all of the free agents who were lumped at the bottom, who most of us noted on our WhatCulture podcast yesterday. It was all the people that basically can't be bothered with.
Yeah.
On our free agents who, and there's like zero surprises in there. It was literally by the book, word for word, person for person. As you can imagine, WWE have very quickly gone onto the website and changed it around, making a very special note at the top that now says, in alphabetical order, just so that there was no confusion there. How are they this stupid, Phil? This is a $1 billion company. How are they doing this? What?
It's mad, isn't it? I guess the list must have been doing the rounds backstage from the writers, and then someone said, "Oh, we should probably put this up on the website," and someone just went, "Oh, okay, copied and pasted," not thinking about it at all. And then nobody realised until it all started getting pointed out.
I don't understand it. That's one of the three notes. How are they this stupid? Because it's impossible. Like, surely someone. I mean, yes, they're probably giving it to a quick intern to do on the website or something. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a field day with this on the internet. Like Stephanie McMahon trying to make out like there's some kind of drama. This is like the other night on the bump when they did like a fake draft, and they were holding the pictures back to front, and on the back had the names of all the people on, and they were doing like these big build-up before the reveal. It was like, we can literally see the name written on the back of the picture.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. How does this company manage to make it through the day?
I wonder if they're
don't know.
Desperately rewriting the Raw draft now to try and go, oh, what can we do?
Surprises,
we still want these guys here, but can we rearrange the order so it looks a bit different?
Who God knows. It needs something, don't it?
So Sasha Banks got drafted to SmackDown last night, but I have an update on her injury from that great match at Hell in a Cell against Becky Lynch.
It was a great match as well.
PW Insider are saying it's not a back injury, it's actually her tailbone that she's injured, which is never nice.
No.
I did my tailbone in by falling off a bar stool once when I was a bit drunk, and it hurt for a long time. I don't know what it did to it, but every time I was like sat on a train for longer than an hour, my ass started.
It's always like a bruise or a crack, isn't it? It's like never good, that.
Not that I'm equating me falling off a bar stool to being in a Hell in a Cell match or
well,
anything.
I mean, it's fairly simple. Depends what kind of bar you're in, doesn't it?
There is no word. It's going completely off topic. There's no word on when she'll be back or how bad it is, but she has been written off of any matches for TV. Obviously, she got drafted to SmackDown, so she's still in the eyes, and she's got a couple of just public appearances, signings and things coming up. But yeah, written off all matches, and yeah, no word on when she'll be cleared to return.
I guess with a character like her, though, she could probably get away with doing a couple of weeks of promos and stuff, and just heel-related antics, maybe helping Bayley out with a few things and keeping her in the background.
I guess if nothing else, it gives her an excuse as to why she lost at Hell in a Cell as well, which might work for her character.
I'm trying to think of all the mad bumps she took that night. And there could be any number of things.
There could be so many. I mean, she was sat on the chair.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the four, who knows?
Come down from that, but I have no idea. But
I don't know how long it takes to get back from a broken, bruised,
tailbone or
knackered tailbone, but fingers crossed it's very soon, because she was doing some of her best work in that Hell in the Cell match. Things we do know about, though, are what is going to be happening at Crown Jewel on October the 31st. That was all revealed in a press conference yesterday at Las Vegas. All very fancy, this, wasn't it?
It was
one of the, I guess, the way the new set is for SmackDown being used for this press conference. One of the fanciest looking press conferences I think I have ever witnessed, but I'm not against it. I'm a big fan. There was lots of preamble, as you can imagine. Michael Cole, Triple H, he's the best. The WWE are great.
Here's a video package of how great the shows in
This
Saudi
is
Arabia
exactly
are.
it. Yes, Saudi Arabia being a great everything. It was all very, very WWE, very Saudi Arabia.
They're not problematic at all.
Not at all. It's all good. Look at this lovely glossed over version of this thing. Anyway, that's all by the by, because ultimately they were there to announce 2 huge matches for that card. And huge, literally, in one of the first matches that was announced, because Braun Strowman will be taking on Tyson Fury in a match. We haven't really had any super specificity about that. I was curious to know whether it was going to be a boxing match, which would obviously save Tyson Fury, and would be very WWE given their history with the Brawl for All and stuff like that. But so far, just a match. Triple H looking rather small compared to these two, which is
weird.
Which is really weird.
Doesn't happen very often.
And you just know inside he was a bit like, he's got platforms
just
on.
wants like a milk crate behind that podium.
Just stand up. This is totally normal. This is how I normally stand.
It's on tippy toe.
And the other match that was announced, which has kind of been anticipated, is Brock Lesnar against Cain Velasquez. Now, on the night, that match wasn't announced as a title match, but subsequently on SmackDown, it was confirmed that the match between Lesnar and Velasquez will be for the WWE title. So, 2, sideshow is not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. 2 matches that are showcasing other things. Michael Cole was really trying to sell me on the biggest matches in MMA and boxing history, perhaps. Maybe in a footnote. In a week where Jericho was described Jake Hager? Jake Swagger? Jake Hager.
There it is.
Obviously that promo went really well. Jake Hager as one of the most dangerous men. In fact, the most dangerous man in MMA. It's been a funny week for people promoting other things. Phil Chambers, your thoughts on these 2 matches?
I mean, they're going to be entertaining, aren't they?
There's definitely, it's going to be the entertainment side of sports entertainment,
definitely.
I think.
There's more intrigue for this Crown Jewel with just those 2 matches than there was for the last one. It's more of a, how the hell are they going to work this?
This is the thing.
Kind of intrigue rather than a, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. But, I mean, yeah.
Well, for anyone who's seen Cain Velasquez's stuff when he was working in AAA, he's actually quite a good wrestler. Some of the stuff he was doing,
good,
obviously he was working technically as a luchador with the mask on and stuff.
Yeah, doing a lucha libre style as well. He was pulling out Hurricane Ranas and like
springboard arm drags and stuff, wasn't it? And really good,
really good.
All great stuff. However, I get the distinct feeling that that's the kind of thing Vince McMahon is not going to be interested in at all. He wants a big, manly man, meaty, sweaty man.
A lot of trading of German suplexes.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to get? We might just get an all-out mixed martial arts bout. Like go for it, just full-on martial arts. Essentially.
I'm guessing it'll like start off as like an MMA like wrestling fighting match, and then like all of a sudden like someone will get
an MMA wrestling fighting match. A punchy, kicky, grabby thing.
I don't watch MMA.
You do know about things though. Punchy, kicky, grabby match. Why not?
You know what I mean. And then it'll go into the sports entertainment, like
fingers
throwing
crossed.
each other around. It's going to be entertaining. Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. And look, for people who might not know either Tyson Fury or Cain Velasquez, this is probably a good introduction. And to be honest, I'm not against it because this will hopefully get a few eyes onto that. Maybe you could even argue that with, I think it's AJ, I'm trying to remember his name, Anthony Joshua's got a match happening in Saudi Arabia, and that could potentially be their way of also helping to promote all of this. They're not daft. Yeah. This is all interconnected in some weird way, shape or form. But yeah, it's good stuff, and I'm sure there's more matches to come. And who knows, because it's bloody Halloween, there'll be all sorts of Fiend-related madness, I'm sure, to come on that card as well. I have just realised as we get towards the end of this, have we done any Twitter questions for this?
Nope.
We haven't.
Probably long enough.
So I reckon we've probably got enough though, because there's a lot of stories in there.
Speaking of the press conference though, there was some wonderfully awkward moments where like Brock Lesnar was squaring up to Cain Velasquez and they did this and they're obviously posing for photos, but when you see it as a video form, like they kind of come in and then they come out and then they kind of come in again and it's like, yeah, the photo's done now. Okay, off we go.
Brilliant stuff.
It was all very awkward.
I think most of these things are because they've probably got it in their head, like Tyson Fury as well, from a boxing perspective. He has the promo thing. But then WWE guys have got the like, we'll do a tussle.
Yeah, it's action, it's video.
It's all like really quick and who. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on all these lovely stories and our...
One more.
Is that?
Jericho.
I really don't want to give you that Jericho story. It's the second time I've...
Quickly now.
Quickly, go on.
Jericho and AEW announced on Twitter via quite a good promo from Jericho, just sat on his couch in his house again. He really likes these promos.
He does, but he's good at them, so...
He is good. He had a great line of calling... Wow, we are doing really well
Come
today.
on. It's in the air.
His name?
It's in the air. Oh, Darby Allin.
Darby
Allin.
Allin.
There it is.
Wow,
Got it.
That was a proper mind fart. He was annoyed at Darby Allin from last week's AEW, saying that he'd never seen a self-righteous son of a bitch skateboard down the ramp and attack him like some kind of street thug. Which I thought was quite wonderful.
He's just the best, isn't he?
He went on about Darby Allin and carried on with this street thug idea. And if he wants to be a street thug and attack him like a street thug, why don't they have a Philadelphia street fight?
Very good. In Philadelphia,
In
no less.
Philadelphia, amazingly.
Who would have thought it?
So there's the tie-in, and that's going to be really good fun, isn't it?
I'm still slightly disappointed when you were telling me about this earlier, that this isn't a skateboard match, because I feel like there's a real opportunity missed there, although I guarantee we're going to see that thumbtack skateboard come back and make an appearance. Yeah, that's got to come back.
But if it was just a game of horse and you're just Jericho in the ring desperately trying to do an ollie, just be the greatest thing.
I think it's ironic this. I'm sure there's got to be some layer to it where Darby Allin's coming down on a skateboard is the little nod to like, yeah, we see you over there on SmackDown, on Raw, sorry, with your big
little skate
ramp, half-pipe stage that you've got.
Imagine if Darby Allin was on Raw.
Yes,
100%
I can.
He'd
be straight down, dropping in for the first episode.
From the very top.
And then just flies off into the ring. Incredible stuff. Are we done?
Yes, we're
done. Good. I can definitely say this now. Let us know your thoughts on all of those stories, including that Chris Jericho story, in the comments down below. Don't forget to do all the usuals, like, share, subscribe, and all that, because we need money and we like to pay our bills. What can I say? Phil, where can these lovely people find you on Twitter?
At Phil My Chambers.
You can find me on Twitter at It's Adam Nicholas, or you can follow everybody, the WhatCulture family, at WhatCulture WWE. As always, I've been Adam Nicholas. This has been Phil Chambers. That was the news, allegedly, on a Saturday. Let us off, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.